This is Colin McRae Rally, a new Colin McRae straight-out rally racing game based on the original Colin McRae Rally from 1998, a remastered version. Just based on this, it's pretty cool.
5 left, 33 right and 3 left.
I haven't seen a real rally racing game for some times now. Well, there's WRC4. That's it. And mechanically, that game wasn't very good. So I have not seen a good straight-up rally racing game since the first Dirt, which is a sequel to Colin McRae Rally series. The game looks pretty good for a remaster. The style is as promised, a straight-out rally racing like its original. And the menu screen is also a take of the old Colin McRae racing. It is in widescreen, which will work wonderfully with all the modern monitors and TVs. It is available on Steam, which is where I got it from. That means convenience. And it is only a few dollars. This thing is a pretty good buy, except only if everything I just said was 100% true. Everything I just said about the game is only what it appeared to me, what is advertised to me. In fact, only till after I have it installed and played it that I realize how little truth there are for the appearance of the game that it has led me to believe. It is my own fault for not researching that myself, and yes, it is also something I constantly lecture people about. However, not all my fault. It is Codemaster racing game. I simply get the benefit of the doubt. And for the first time, it have hurt me.
36 crash. 30 long.
So, what about Colin McRae Rally then? We will begin with what is Colin McRae Rally here. Turned out, it is a 2013 game developed for mobile devices, ported to PC, based on the Colin McRae Rally 2.0 materials that was released back in 2000, which is the second game of the series. Well, it took stuff like the theme or the menu style, track design, but just materials. The mechanics are not the same. The control is pretty awful compared to the real Colin McRae 2.0. Perhaps it works for mobile devices better, but on the controller, it's definitely bad. For starters, you will have a very hard time configure its controller's key mapping. You cannot remove the wheel settings, and you cannot reset it to default. You can only do this in-game, in settings, and I didn't figure that one out until I went online and asked about it. After resetting the controls, everything works fine at default with the Xbox 360 controller. The game is obviously welcomes a gamepad, but when you're actually playing it, you will realize no keys are pressure sensitive. When you turn with the analog, you will just go all the way, and when you press some triggers for the accelerator, it will just go full throttle anyway. Same thing goes with the brakes. But that isn't something you can overcome. But then it gets worse. The movement felt very slow. There's no speed. And when you drive off the main path, all of a sudden, it becomes slide heaven. Also, the physics is very bad. The car felt like no weight. And small out bumps on the main path can send you flying. Overall, control is manageable, but very bad for a Colin McRae game. It is not meant for anything outside the realm of mobile devices. As I said before, if you don't have the control, you already lose half of the battle. The presentation is also bad. The game looks okay on the surface, but after the widescreen, HD resolution, the lamp blur, there's nothing else. And the worst crime of them all, the game does not have replay. How can you not have replay on a racing game? Oh yes, this goes to most recent Need for Speed as well. It drives me nuts no replay. I cannot stress how much this bothers me for any racing game that's intended for realistic look. Not have replay. We all want to check out how we drove the section, fantasizing it with our great imagination, as if we are the one that just did the great racing championship in real life. That it is you in the driver's seat of the great Subaru Impreza WRX. But no replay.
35 left. 74 right. 53 left.
But is there any ounce of the value in this game? Anything that is worth mentioning for a buy? Well, it is cheap. I got mine on promotion for just $2.64 Canadian, and the full price is just over $7, which is okay. If you don't consider it as a proper Colin McRae game, and just a straight out rally game, it is okay. For the price, it isn't bad. Game does have achievements and trading cards to collect, which is fine for an arcade experience. And it works fine with laptop that has a crappy Intel graphics with the low graphics settings. If anything I just mentioned means anything to you, buy it. I did, and I intend to squeeze this value out of them before I never touch it again. Bottom line is, the game doesn't look good, doesn't drive good, it is a lie, and doesn't even qualify as a remaster, since the real Colin McRae Rally 2.0 looks way better than this. So yeah, just leave this one out. It is a shame this release have the Codemaster name tag along with it.
3 right. Into left and long 3 right. 33 left.
To fully understand and to appreciate why it is not worthy of Colin McRae release outside the mobile realm, I will have to show you side-by-side comparison of what I think is the same track with the same car and an experience from beginning to the end of a quick race. And here we go. As you see, as the game loaded, it shows a couple of screens and logo, and nothing to it. And then you're greeted with the intro video, which you can skip. Once you skip the intro, you're basically in the game. You're welcome with a very nice menu, with a very nice music. You can go around without any lag, and you're welcome with this little graphics that's representing each options cleverly. And then you go into the rally mode. Everything is very quick and responsive. You pick your options, how many players, you can load your profile, takes no time. You already allowed more than 3-4 cars to choose from, and you pick your courses. Everything just very quick. You can choose your weather, and you get on with it. Before you race, you have this option. It shows you about where you're racing on the map and the details of it, temperature. You can set up your car, everything is so graphically represented. And you go on with your racing. Everything just looks so great.
3, 2,
And look at this. The graphics not shabby at all. From a 2000 release.
3 left.
This is just amazing.
6 right.
Just the graphic alone very much put the new release to shame. And you have multiple views to change from. You got the behind the car further. You have in front of the car view, which full screen, and the bonnet view, which the hood actually moves, the car moves, things are happening. And best of all, real cockpit view, with steering wheels, the hands and everything. Everything is going on in there. You can have a real experience with the original game. That new one just doesn't offer any other stuff. And then you drive through the course, everything looks great, the physics is great, it grabs the road, you can feel the weight of the car. That's all very good. Things are happening on the ground, there's dust, there's little stones and rocks flying around. The control is excellent. If right out the main path, it's not going to go slide happy. It actually slows you down a little bit. And look at that, there's some grass flying around. You can also see the headlights, and now you don't see the headlight because there's time transition in the game. Now it's brightening up, the hell out of my tent's off. And when you finally finish the race, it doesn't just go dark before you pass the finish line. You get that little animation, and you greet it and treat it with a replay. Look at that. Look how great that looks. I just did this section. And that's exactly how I drove. And also none of that shaky cam close-up bullshit that Need for Speed love to do. You can finish watching the replay, or you can simply cancel replay. The replay is still going on in the background, and you greet it with this nice font with all the options. All easy to see, and then when you quit the game, you go right back to the menu as you wish. This is the kind of experience of a proper racing game should do. The developer at the time who made this game is really having a lot of heart, putting a lot of heart in this game, which on the new one you just don't see any of that. It didn't capture any of the greatness from the old Colin McRae Rally game. This is only mean one thing, that the new one is nothing more but a game that meant for mobile devices. It's not a real release trying to be, it's like it's mimicking the old game while they cannot achieve something that's been done 15 years ago. Which is a real shame. Anyways, that'll be all for now. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. You take good care, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. So check it out. Now I have a damage on my life. Now it's fixed. Isn't that amazing? Self-fixing system on the game. No, that's not it. What a shitty programming.